morning.
Good morning, Laura. Thank you. That's all.
Yep.
Thank you.
It's April already.
Okay.
All right. For last month, we did complete the enterprise zone meetings. They were held, they went well, and all of the state required reporting has been completed and submitted. So that deadline is March 31st each year that we have to get those done, and so they were done in advance of that, but wanted to make sure I let you all know. I know that you all attended at least some of those, and I wanted to share with you that Maria Rellinger from Apollo was very complimentary after the Wilson tour. And she said that as the treasurer of Apollo, she has to attend several enterprise zone meetings each year, and she said that Hardin counties are the smoothest run. She went to another county, Allen or Auglaize, and she said, she called me afterwards and she actually said, can I give them your contact information so that they can talk to you about how Hardin County runs their meetings? So she said they need some help, but I was pleased to hear that, but also pleased that we're running them smoothly and moving things forward. I put the notes, of course you guys already passed a resolution confirming this, but Stillwater metal and graphic packaging were found to be compliant, and Robinson's Fin is still in the construction phase, and Ada Associated Plastics was found to be compliant. Harvest Pride expired, and Wilson Sporting Goods is still in the construction phase. So even though the construction's done, as far as the reporting goes, it's still considered construction phase. They're not getting tax incentives yet.
Just the time of the report.
Yep. And then during our meetings, and since then, one of our companies suggested that they may be coming forward with another project, another expansion, and maybe applying for an additional agreement. So more growth.
Good.
I've been working with the Village of Forest Economic Development Committee on several fronts, but they have activated that committee on their village council, and they are trying to work through what Forest can do to position themselves better for industrial attraction. And so working with them on that, on several different things, but water and wastewater is a huge element for them. And so they understand that, and actually I've had some conversations with their civil engineers that they contract with, and we're all trying to help Forest in that regard.
Good.
Other economic development, the Wealth Works Committee is moving forward with plans for a prosperity summit in August designed to identify business growth opportunities in the agriculture sector. The committee was in favor of having a facilitator come and do a one-day seminar for the people in the ag industry. And very quickly we got sponsors that signed up to come forward to pay for that in full, and so that is a go. We're looking at mid-August for that, so that was good, and it was great also to tap into those sponsors that believe in what we're doing for a very specific and useful purpose to put those dollars to work. Greater Lima Region Inc. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of them. This was started a few years ago, but they focused on an 8-county area surrounding Allen County. And they are fully funded by industry, primarily in Allen County, but the new director is the former Allen County Economic Development Director. So Dave Stratton is his name, and he wants to do more interactive collaboration with all of the 8 counties. So we did a Zoom with all of us, and we're going to start meeting, I think, quarterly, just to talk about things that benefit the whole region. So the counties are listed on there: Hancock, Putnam, Paulding, Van Wert, Mercer, Auglaize, Allen, and us. community development, since Carol has left our organization, I led the Downtown Kenton Building and Business Owners Association meeting last month, which featured speakers from OHM and the city of Kenton, gave kind of a construction update and background. And we are working on Eats on the Street planning, which is scheduled for Saturday, July 19th in downtown Kenton. I've been in communication with the mayor on that, and just like we had to work around construction last year, we're gonna work around construction this year, but she is passionate about keeping it in the downtown, and bringing people to the downtown. So we've got some new ideas for that for this year, should be better than ever. And again, just getting creative on the location and making that work. On the plus side, a little tongue in cheek here, people are used to detours, so.
But quite frankly, last year's was really good, that, the different location. It was just offset by a street.
Yep.
But it seemed to work very well.
Yep, and we're looking at either Columbus or Franklin and Wayne again. And keep giving Main Street the ability to stay open throughout the festival so that traffic can still flow.
Makes sense.
So we may just need to put more safety markers, like the street's open, don't walk out into it. And then the Alliance board, we have been working on the next 5-year strategic plan. So Joe sits on our board, and then also I've been trying to give him a little extra update on the process and where we're at, so that you guys have a chance to voice what you want to see economic development doing, and also the other divisions, but especially economic development. We are going to have a follow-up meeting next week on the 11th, hopefully to finalize that plan so that we can move forward with that.
I remember when I was on it and the plan that we put together.
Yep.
Very detail oriented, extremely.
This one, we're kind of changing some things. The last plan included some organizational operation stuff that we are kind of assuming in this plan. So yes, of course, you need to be operating in the black. Yes, of course, you need to be paying the bills on time.
Yeah.
And then our focus for this plan is going to be the 4 divisions of the Alliance and what we want to accomplish and achieve, and the work that we should be doing in each of those divisions. So should be good, and really give the staff a roadmap for how to perform our jobs.
Good.
Keeping our eyes on America 250. Deb is heading that up for our office as the tourism director. She's really got her fingers on the pulse of that. She's been working with different agencies and organizations to try to make sure that we are working together as much as possible to unify the activities. And then, of course, you guys all saw the news, the follow-up to the local RLF yesterday.
I have a question. The historic district, are you part of it, or is Kenton strictly part of it? Because what we're wanting to do when they replace the sidewalks down by the annex, the fences up there, Cindy would ask, and we agree, we want to put up a nice fence barrier so people, of course, for safety, but for aesthetics, but we kind of need to know, have some guidance what we can or can't do.
For that part of it, I would refer you to Jana Jansen on the Architectural and Historic Board of Review. I can send you an email with her contact information. There are several people on that committee. Cindy would be a good point of contact to start with as well, but in our office, we don't do anything regulatory.
Right.
And so
Yeah.
I can point you to the folks that are handling that.
And if you say Cindy would be a good contact, I think that would be, because then if we go with a particular design,
Right.
then I want to make sure to ensure that anything else is the same way too.
Yes. That way, because like I said, they're getting closer, we want to be prepared, so we get our order in or whatever we need to do, and then there's always going to be a time delay and all that, but
I went to a meeting several months ago, and this administration reactivated that, we call it ARB for short, Architectural Review Board. So it was stagnant for several years, probably when that building was built, it was not active. They reactivated it with this administration, and now they're ironing out the kinks on the process for permit applications and variance requests and things like that. But all permits start with, the rules come from the ARB, they propose them to council, they get put into the codified ordinances. But for permits, the permits go to Cindy, and variance requests go back to the ARB. So Cindy would be a good starting point. I'll send you a little note with some information though.
All right, thank you.
And then Cindy, like I said, Cindy would be
Yeah.
able to do that, she can then make sure to keep it consistent.
We wanna be in compliance with what they want. I mean, chain link fix works for now that you're having a new downtown, we understand. We wanna do our part, so.
Yep, she had mentioned that. I think it would be a nice touch, and again, it was something that wasn't even being considered or talked about when that building was put up and that fence was put up, but now they are doing all this revitalization work, and Streetscape has taken a big backseat to the project because now they realize how much the infrastructure work needed to be done, but the Streetscape, once you've done all this work, why not make it nice when, put the icing on the cake?
That's what we wanna do, so.
If you're gonna do it, do it.
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yep. Good.
Okay,
Well, like I said,
Yep.
yeah, you know, your folks was wonderful
Good.
at our event last week.
yes, they said you guys had a very nice day with the regional, was it the CCOA?
Yeah, CC.
West Ohio.
Yeah, anyway, County Commissioners Association of Ohio, County Engineers Association of Ohio. And, but they were very good. It was a very successful day, and we just kind of want to give them our thanks for all the effort that you wanted to do.
You're good. I think it is a nice reminder for people who live in Hardin County that there are gems here
Oh, absolutely.
that people, visitors to the county do appreciate and love to see. So
That's right.
it's easy to forget about that when you live here every day, especially when you live in the middle of a construction zone, but it was great that you guys were able to show off some highlights for the
Well,
county.
and it was brought forward, you know, there were, including us, was 21 counties involved. And those counties were enlightened by the gems that we do have in the county. And so it was very good.
Good, very good. I will pass that along to the people in my office.
That sounds good.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Take
See
care.
you Friday.
Friday, yep. We'll try to make that as painless as possible. Thank you, you too. Tori, you want this open?
Yeah, you can leave it open.
Okay.
Just sometime today, I can get the journal. We'll look at it, and I'll take her.
The current one?
Yeah. I need to have that over with, it's been a little bit.
Morning, Dione.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good.
Hopefully you survived the storms.
We'll find out, huh?
Yeah.
We're gonna find out. Yeah. Like it's when it starts raining, probably on Friday, it's going to continue to rain. Okay, Dione, when you're ready.
Our end of the month balance for our general fund was $270,864.
Just 1 second. So as of the end of the month, you are at, again,
$270,864.
Is that due to some of the,
We got our first payment of
First payment.
subsidy. Yep. Yep. I'm,
278.64.
yes.
And of course, that does not include the carryover at the beginning of the year.
It does.
It does
Yes.
include carryover.
Yes. Yes.
So of that 278.64, 178,117 is carryover.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which-
Right now, with our limited staffing, we have been able to keep the books down, and keep our expenses at around $20,000 a month. I'm hoping at this board meeting, to finally get a resolution for our director of nursing, that will increase our expenses. And we are working on a plan, right now as far as, kind of with our 5-year projections, a plan of like hiring a director of nursing and how to increase revenue and what revenue streams we can go after with the director of nursing.
Okay, so 178. So the net was 92,747. When you
Yes.
take out,
But you take out the 88,500
Okay.
from the subsidies.
okay, and you had projected for, in total, for the entire year, 12 months, we had 69,194 paid
Yes.
for 24, this 25. Okay,
As of right now, of
So-
course, though, once we hire a DON, see what we can hire a DON for and what revenue streams, that reduction might change.
so when you look at your revenue stream for this year,
Yes.
okay, your budget is like approximately $518,000. How much of that is already committed?
We have received year to date $188,000.
Okay, times 4.
And the bulk of what we have received, has been our workforce.
Okay. So if you take a strict average, you're a little bit ahead of the ballgame
Yes.
when it comes to revenue. So keep that in mind as you go through your expenses for the remainder of the year, because that's going to have to be effective accordingly
Yes.
too.
Yes. And one thing that we're going to have to discuss at the next coming up board meeting, is we do have, Ohio has a measles outbreak. Right now, it's in Ashtabula County. There was a case in Knox County and a case in Allen County. So we are, having meetings with our epidemiologists from Union County. We're actually having a meeting tomorrow, about getting a game plan if it will come into Hardin County. Making sure we have a game plan. We have reached out to our area partners, ONU Health Wise, Kitten Wildcat Clinic, Kitten Community Healthcare Center. We've got their vaccination schedules. We've received a lot of phone calls, from people, asking, about the measles, asking about vaccinations. So we are going to be posting on Facebook, giving them information about, I found some graphics from CDC. The one thing that we will be discussing with Mary tomorrow and then discussing with the board is, if we would have an outbreak, that would require us to do contact tracing, how we would handle that with our 6 staffing, or if we would have to hire some contact tracers like we did for, COVID.
So you say it is in Allen County,
One case.
just one case?
Just one case. Was, I think I saw it on the news last Friday.
Excuse me?
I saw it on the news last Friday.
Okay, and that is a confirmed case, and they know the patient, et cetera, et
Yes.
cetera. So hopefully maybe that can be contained right there.
We
in
are
Allen
hoping,
County.
yes, we are hoping.
Okay.
That is something that we are planning ahead for. We are hoping it doesn't hit Hardin County, but we want to make sure that we're prepared.
Okay, makes sense.
Thank you.
And then we, have completely moved everything from Hardin Hills. And, we just have, which, I've passed Richard several times today, I just haven't had a chance to really talk to Richard. I guess we have 2 file cabinets in the attic that we need assistance with moving. And then we also have a box of records that me and another coworker are planning on moving by June.
So up in the attic, 2 file cabinets and a
Yes.
box of records.
Yes,
Okay.
And they had it here.
yes,
According to
yes.
And
And all the other stuff that we had has been moved.
I was thinking we had a date as far as deadline. April
Tomorrow.
4th? Yeah.
Yep.
So we'll be fine.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, good. Well, I'm glad that everything got squared away with Hardin Hills and moving all that stuff to the north end. So
Yes.
thank you for making sure that that all happened.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
We had our DAC, meeting, we had the DAC meeting and the special meeting, they did, I think, we're all there, they did approve, the 10%. So the next step is the budget commission, and then after that, we'll have our 2026 budget set. So hopefully I'll have more of an update next month.
Sure.
And, I'm hoping that we'll have, cause I know that we kind of threw together a plan for the Dione, and I'm hoping to have a more formulated plan to be able to bring to you guys, next month.
Good, good, good. I appreciate that, Dion. I know that you are wearing many hats down there. You are wearing many, many hats. And, needless to say, I appreciate you coming in with the information you have, with the month end from, through the quarter here. This is where we're at. And, because we need to keep a close eye on that. Needless to say, it's something where we have to pretty much watch our P's and Q's as we go forward. Anything that gets a little bit out of whack, we gotta make sure to react quick enough to adjust it. And needless to say, even though the county commissioners and the county are not part of the district advisory council, even though we're not part of that, we are also though a group that wants to make sure that the health department continues. And so we're going to do everything we can to work with you to help you maybe keep aware of some things that may come along.
And
But,
one,
the quickest reaction to something moving sideways is the best way, so we'll keep a close eye and try to keep going.
and one thing that did come out of the second DAC meeting was, after the meeting, Jen and I were at the meeting representing, Kent Hardin Health Department, and we had several trustees come up to us, really expressing that they would like more communication, so we were able to discuss with them of like what communication that they would like to see, specifically the minutes of the meetings. They would like to, get, our financials, monthly, and also, like our epidemiology report, one of the trustees expressed interest in that. So that is something that, we have taken back to our office, and we'll be working on better communication, and, also reaching out, because I know that we went to the Township Association, meeting, in February to kind of give a heads up. So I do plan on reaching out to the Township Association president to see if they would like us to come to any of those meetings. What would be beneficial, what would help kind of bridge that communication gap that we have.
I think that's good. Let's face it, the better that the townships, the better that the corporations, and the better that the city of Canton is informed. Maybe there's no surprise. Good, good. Okay,
That's all I had.
that's all you have?
Yeah.
Well, again, we'll be continuing to monitor things. Of course, we go to the meetings every month, and we'll be talking with you every month. And, because the thing that we want to make sure is that the health department is continuing that. And so, okay.
I do have one thing, if you could, go back in your archives. The Fair Board, there's a generator out there for the community building. They're gonna go ahead and fix it. It's gonna cost $500 because they understand the financial restraints the health board's in right now.
Okay.
But they're wanting to know, it was a grant, they was thinking maybe 20 years ago. If you could possibly find what the grant says, and see if maybe there could be a letter of understanding that the health board gifts it to the fairground, that way they can maintain it.
Okay.
But we gotta figure out what the grant actually says,
Okay.
because we all know how grants can be very temperamental, and we're not going to do anything, you know.
And I know that that's something that we have brought to our board several times, and I know that one of our board members has been working with one of the fair board members. So I will, I know that we have all that grant information. I will get that grant information, I will bring it to the board. If I would want to contact somebody from the fair board, just to start the communication with them, who would I contact?
I would call the fair office, Judy's their office manager. She can direct you to the right individuals that will take care of it. But that way, I think it's, they're willing to, do what's right, but also they don't wanna put money into something that they don't really own.
Right.
But I also don't want a grant to interfere either
Right.
way.
Yes.
So, but if you could do that, I'd greatly
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Anything else? Okay. Well,
Thanks, Dion.
Dion, thank you again for coming prepared.
I tried.
And thank you. Brenda, how are you today?
Good, how are you guys?
Good.
Okay, Lauren.
Good morning.
Okay.
Well, I am here to ask for an advance in my technology.
Okay.
It's to pay for the cloud search renewal, which puts the information out online, so in case my office would have to be closed. I'm just $5,000 short. And I will have money that's coming in to cover that.
Mhm.
It's just asking for an advance until I get that accumulated. But I've got bills I need to pay for, and I want to get that out in place.
So you're basically saying that you can pay it for out of your funds,
Great,
everything's fine,
correct,
just basically the permission to go ahead.
correct. It's just, I've got it, it's due now, and I just don't have quite enough funds to cover it.
What's the name of that?
$5,000.
5,000.
The total bill is 12.
Yeah.
I have part of that, just not enough, but I will have in the next 3 or 4 days.
You'll have enough.
Oh, yes.
Any discussion, gentlemen?
Yeah, I can make a motion to advance 5,000 to the recorder's office.
I second.
Yes, roll call, Tori?
Tim,
Yes.
Brad,
Yes.
Joe,
Yes.
Payback. When?
This is April, August,
August.
comfortably.
Well, it was going.
Put that in approximately
Okay,
August.
but, yeah, some accountability wise, we can.
Yeah.
You know where I'm
That's fine.
I know where you work.
at. Yes. Thank you.
Oh, and again, congratulations.
Yes.
Thank you.
40 years is something
Yeah.
very.
Oh, like I said, I was been going here. I love my job. This is,
Good.
What is the
Congratulations.
payment for?
It's for the cloud search renewal bill.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks,
That's
Brenda.
an advance on the general fund.
Yeah.
Hmm.
legal notice.
Is it in there?
For our 26. So you're good to post today.
It's in today's paper. Is it on date on
9:30 on May 6th.
and it is in today's paper?
Yep, so
So-
everything's good for
So
the
we're good
libraries.
to go. We're good to go to post Buncombe Township. Cool. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. The next thing we have is our bid opening. That's just a sheet if you, I know you're reading them, so you probably won't write it down, but that's so you can keep track of who did what.
Thank you, Joanne.
You're welcome.
Looks like we have 8 as I counted there.
Yeah, we had 1 or 2 more dropped off this morning, so did you count them before?
I just
you started?
recently counted them, just before, Rick came in, I think it's around 8.
Okay.
Is this the sheet?
Yeah, you sign in there. If you wanna keep track of the bids, grab that sheet next to it, so you can write down the company name, who they bid, or any write what they bid.